Good morning and welcome to MBA batch of Louth Mata Institute of Management Studies, LIMS Business News. Let's get the news rolling with the top 6 business news.
The rising of IT sector after COVID-19. All major leading of IT companies are coming back after the worst pandemic disaster of COVID-19. TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, and other Indian IT services companies are in for a lush quarter ahead. Due to increased use of technologies, the importance of IT sector are also gaining importance day by day. Fast comeback for IT sector. All the major IT companies' quarterly revenue growth estimates are likely to be more than 5% at their present capital structure. Due to increased use of technologies, these companies are focusing more on the security aspects for the process of digitalization. And this paved the way for IT companies to gain a sort of increase in their quarter revenue after the disaster of COVID-19, and IT sector is seen to be the first sector to show a growth and development after.
MG Motors in talks for contract manufacturing with VW India MNF Ford. New Delhi. MG Motors in talks with Volkswagen as well as the Mahindra Ford JV to lease out their plans for contract manufacturing its cars in India. The move comes as the company, a British brand but a subsidiary of SAIC, face increased the government scrutiny in view of the brand tensions between India and China, especially when it comes to fresh important plants. Talks has been initiated and MG, which currently manufacturing cars its facilities in Hala, is now looking at exploring sourcing the vehicles from other companies as the part contract manufacturing route. Highly placed source told Toy. The talks are not casual. This is a serious conversation, the source added.
Pressure mounts on Google to soften its stance in India. Technology giant Google is being prompted to soften its stance in India after pushback from startup founders in the country over its policies. Some startups are already looking at alternative listing for their apps through Android application package download on their websites. There are instances such as Fantasy Sports platform Dream11 getting 100 million users without listing on Google Play Store, the founder said. Google has started meeting with various app developers in the country to understand their concerns more deeply and will also host policy workshops where it will answer questions by developers about its policies. Indian startup will get 6 extra months to comply with its billing rule on Play Store, Google had said on Sunday. Nearly 24 startup founders, including Paytm founder Vijay Shekhar Sharma, recently spoke to the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology against its Google policies. They need to remove the 30% commission in India and stop forcing companies to use only their Play Store billing system.
Hey, it's Lakshmi S representing Group 3 with today's news. Dinesh Kumar Khara was appointed as the new SBI chairman as Rajneesh Kumar term ended. The government on Tuesday appointed Dinesh Kumar Khara as State Bank of India's chairman as Rajneesh Kumar stepped down at the end of his 3-year tenure. The Bank Board Bureau has recommended that Managing Director Khara be made the next chairman. The Bureau, which suggests names for the government to accept for the senior management role in public sector bank, had also kept another Managing Director, Chala Srinivasulu Shetty, as a candidate on the reserved list. The 59-year-old banker had completed his master's in business administration from the Faculty of Management Studies, Delhi, and is a postgraduate in commerce. He is also a certified associate of the Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Khara joined SBI as probationary officer in 1984 and has experienced in all facets of commercial banking such as retail credit, deposit mobilization, international banking operations, and branch management. Khara is also credited with the successful completing of the merger of SBI with its 5 associate banks and Bharatiya Mahila Bank. Prior to being appointed as a managing director of SBI, Khara was the chief executive of SBI Funds Management Private Limited.
Hi, I'm Surabhi presenting today's news. After delays, Apple expected to launch iPhone 12 on 13th October. American technology giant Apple seems to finally be ready to launch this year's iPhone, the iPhone 12, after production delays caused by the pandemic. The company sent out invites to bloggers and the media today for a virtual event on October 13. The invite says high speed, which could be a reference to the iPhone's new processor and possibly the fact that it will support 5G connectivity. Apple usually launches its new iPhones in September every year, but this year's September event only covered the Apple Watch and iPads. The company's chief financial officer Luca Maestri had announced a delay in the launch date of the iPhone 12 due to the pandemic. Like last year, the company is expected to launch 3 new iPhones this year too. Despite the delay, Apple should be ready to bring the product to India in time for the festive sales this month. The company started selling the Apple Watch Series 6 and Watch SE in India through its store on October 1st after announcing them globally on September 18. According to a report by the International Data Corporation, the company's market share grew by just under 10% year over year in the last quarter. Analysts say that the 2020 edition of the iPhone SE, which was launched in May this year, has been in demand, helping the company grow in India. And the fact that competing manufacturers like OnePlus has been hit with bigger production delays has helped Apple gain market share in India. Thank you.
Welcome to Business News. I'm Anjali. Today's news. AirAsia Group BHT has stopped funding its Indian affiliate as a global travel slump leaves the Malaysian group struggling to support a sprawling empire of no-frills airlines. People familiar with the matter say AirAsia India's Limited's future may now depend on the Indian conglomerate Tata Group, its majority shareholder, which has provided emergency funding but has yet to commit to full rescue. According to the people, who asked not to be named discussing a confidential matter, Tata is weighing its options on how much it would cost to buy out AirAsia and save the carrier. AirAsia India predicted it would break even in 4 months when it began flying in 2014. In reality, it has yet to make money in a market where high fuel taxes and cutthroat fares can even make dominant players unprofitable. The carrier has a market share of 6.8% and employs more than 3,000 people.